Dude, Dawn on Yorvik is so pretty. Yes. Beloved paddock props. You're back. Hey friends, it's UrsulasRevenge and happy Wednesday update day. Not gonna lie, it's a little sad because the Equestrian Festival is over, but that's okay because we have a new Trailblazer track to sink our dailies into. Today kickstarts the Trail of Embers Trailblazer Track. Now, if you don't know, or maybe this is your first Trailblazer track, the Trailblazer track is pretty much a battle pass system in Star Stable. You play the game, you earn points, those points get you different things, collectibles, outfits, items, and basically you just try to complete it as much as you can in the time that they give you. I'm going to give my usual rundown tutorial for the Trailblazer track, so if you are already aware, I guess I'm sorry, but also you might learn something new, so stick around. Now the first thing is actually how to access the Trailblazer track. On the bottom right of your screen, you will see a new icon that looks like a compass. You'll see mine has a little red dot because it's essentially like a notification. I haven't opened it yet. And when you do, you're going to be greeted with a lot of stuff. We're going to break down bit by bit. So first thing I want to note right off the bat, the Trailblazer track is available for everyone to earn points on. However, only Star Riders can actually claim the rewards. There is a workaround with this though, and that is the free Star Rider codes or different ways you can get free Star Rider. I think the Invite a Friend program still has a way to get Star Rider, so if you're a new player or you're just not a Star Rider, you still have an option to collect things if you either become a limited Star Rider or you get a free Star Rider code. That still counts as Star Rider. So if you either know of one you haven't used yet, or if one comes out somewhere along the lines, unfortunately we don't have a date when those types of codes come out, I recommend getting as many points as you can and then activating your Star Rider once you think you're not going to collect anything else. That said, this Trailblazer will go until June 4th, giving us 28 days to complete the entire track. This time on the Trailblazer track, we can earn a total of 12 clothing and wearable items. But there are other things you can also get. There are 35 levels, all with different things. Some are more useful utilitarian items, others are the clothing and wearable items that I had mentioned. But I will say all of it is pretty valuable. Not in like the selling way. Well, I guess technically some of it in the selling way. This time around you can earn 20 of each collectible flower for Pharaoh's Craftables, 1 Jolly Hoof treat which will get your horse all the way happy, 1 travel dust which is basically a free fast travel using the trailer, but without using the trailer you just use the dust, 7 large jars of wisdom which I think equate to like 7,000 horse experience, 4 shiny gemstones, which translates to 4,000 Yorvik shillings, and 4 7-day stable care coupons, which means you won't have to pay for stable care the entire time the Trailblazer track is active. Unless, of course, you've been saving your 7-day stable care coupons from previous Trailblazer tracks, in which case it just equates to 4 weeks of free stable care. In addition to that, you also have the 12 clothing items, which basically equates to 2 outfits. It's also worth noting that the distance between 2 milestones will always be 1,000 points. Since you're already starting at level 1, in order to complete the entire Trailblazer track, you will need to accumulate 34,000 points. And there are a bunch of ways to do that. So like I said, you earn points just by playing the game and doing the things you're normally going to do. But there is sort of a way to maximize the amount of points you get per day. A very common misconception is you earn points based on the specific activity that you're doing. But in actuality, you are earning points based on whatever activity you're doing. Those activities are anything from doing your daily stable chores, your blue exclamation point quests, doing your yellow exclamation point quests if you're still working on the story quests, doing races, gathering your extra interesting fossils. That worked last time, I should probably check it this time though. Finding trapped satchels in the hollow woods. Something's also sticking in my brain that the wisps also count, but that might be one that I need to double check. Doing either runestone puzzle, the ones that you find on the tablets around, or the one where you have to like match the symbols at the 5 special locations. Those also count as an activity. And if you've completed all of the quest lines with the magical horses in Hollow Woods, finding them each day also counts as an activity. We'll talk a little bit more about like the actual strategy of what you should do to complete your Trailblazer track, but first let's talk about the point breakdown. Up in the top left corner there's a question mark. This is a great place and resource to go if you have any questions about the Trailblazer track. It covers things like the different activities that I just talked about, plus the point breakdown. So as I mentioned, all those tasks and quests and activities and chores and things that you do in the game will earn you the same amount of points. There's a teeny tiny asterisk for that, and that is the purple repeatable quests do not count for this, and gathering anything, flowers, recyclables, your blue fossils, fireflies in the hollow woods, those all only count as 1 point each. But that doesn't mean you should discount them, because those points also add up, especially fireflies. Anyways, for your races and quests and daily activities, there's a sort of cascading scale for how many points you earn. For the first 1 to 4 activities you do a day, you will earn 100 points for each of those activities. The next 5 to 8 will earn you 80 points, 9 to 12 will earn you 60 points, and anything beyond that will only earn you 10 points per activity. If you do those 12 tasks, you will earn 960 points a day. Additionally, on your main homepage of your Trailblazer Track, there is a sparkly glowy button called Claim Daily Points. Make sure to do this every day because you'll get a free 450 points on the Trailblazer Track, bringing your daily total to 1,410. This is sort of your baseline daily minimum you should be aiming for. Now, it might seem weird that I'm giving you sort of a daily goal. This suggestion is more for people who don't log in regularly, who maybe only have like 15 minutes to play a day, but still want to maximize and complete as much as they can on the Trailblazer Track. You're going to want to do those 12 tasks and collect your daily points every single day in order to complete the Trailblazer Track on time. If you do, you'll be able to complete the Trailblazer Track in about 24 to 25 days. And like I said earlier, there are 28 days total to complete the Trailblazer Track. So you'll have a couple of days of wiggle room just in case you miss a day. But this is the way that you can complete the Trailblazer Track in the least amount of effort, pending you actually log in every day to do the points. Because yes, you still have to play the game to actually earn the rewards on the Trailblazer Track. That said, completing the Trailblazer Track is not a race. You can definitely complete it faster than that 25 days, especially if you're doing more than 12 tasks a day, or if in addition to doing those 12 tasks, you're also running around the hollow woods, collecting your fireflies, and doing your like little light grind. I cannot stress this enough. Every time the Trailblazer Track comes along, I complete it accidentally. I don't really aim to complete it, I just play the game and then I earn the points as I'm just doing things in the game. And then somewhere around like the 2.5 week mark, I wind up finishing it just because I play this game so much. If you are an active player, you really don't have to try that hard to finish the Trailblazer Track. That said, sometimes Star Stable will give us a little bit of boost when it comes to earning points, and that's bonus trail point days. There may be certain times during the Trailblazer Track where bonus trail point days become activated. And what that means is every single activity you do, no matter if it's your first or your 20th, will earn you an extra 30 points per activity. So that 10 points per activity that you were earning every 12 plus activities now becomes 40 points for every activity. Bonus trail point days are an excellent way to catch up if you've missed a couple of days and give you that little extra push to unlock a couple of extra levels. Additionally, when bonus trail point days are active, gatherables also get a bonus for another +2. So normally you only get 1 point per gatherable. That's your light, your recyclable, your ferrous flowers, your blue fossils. But during bonus trail point days, they will earn a total of 3 points per gatherable, which is extremely good. I definitely slept on light the first couple of Trailblazer Tracks, but I'm changed. It is a great way to supplement your points. Now, this is something that I find helpful that maybe you don't really need to think about, but I'm the type of person who likes to know what I can expect. So let's say you started the Trailblazer Track a little bit late and the bare minimum will no longer work as your method of collecting points in order to complete the Trailblazer Track on time. How do you figure out how many points you need per day in order to complete the Trailblazer Track on time? There's a little formula that I like to use to try and calculate this, and I'm going to break it down here. Basically, you're going to divide your points remaining by your days remaining. So you'll need to gather 2 things. First, you'll need to count forwards how many days until the end of the Trailblazer Track, in this case, June 4th. You'll also want to count up how many points you have remaining. So first, count up how many milestones you have left. Remember that each milestone is worth 1,000 points. And also, if you've already accumulated points to your next milestone, subtract that number from 1,000 to figure out how much you have left on that current milestone. So basically, just take your points remaining, divide it by your days remaining, and that's how you figure out how many points you're going to need per day to complete the Trailblazer Track. Now, without getting too detailed, I do want to give one tip and trick just to help you along your way on the Trailblazer Track. And that's to use your home stable as an advantage. Any type of activity counts again, except for the purple repeatable quests. So no matter where your home stable is, for the most part, you've got some good options around you. Take a look at your outdoor stable chores. Sorry, Dundle and Southhoof and Wildwoods, you don't have stable chores. But also, every home stable also has inside stable chores now. So that is 6 tasks right there. Taking care of one of your horses, doing like all 4, the feeding, the watering, the brushing, the picking the hooves, that also counts as 1 activity, so that's 7. And from there, you really just need to find 5 races that you enjoy doing around your home stable. Or if you really wanted to, you could go do the stable chores at 2 other stables and you'd be done. My home stable is the Silverwood Equestrian Center, so doing my outside stable chores, my inside stable chores, not even taking care of my horse, I would need to find the 6 races, so I would do the 3 jumping courses in the indoor arena, Yelena's 2 equitation races, and the garden race, and I'm done there. Or if I really wanted to, I could do Lana's daily, I could do dressage, I can do the 3 races at the Baroness's racetrack, and if I happen to be online for a championship, that also counts. So yeah, my biggest tip to you is use your home stable to your advantage, but again, if you just play the game regularly, you're probably not even gonna have to really try that hard. And finally, this is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be stressful, so don't worry about it too hard. You will complete it if you just, try just a tiny bit and log in every day. And even if you don't log in every day, just, do your best, play as much as you can. There's plenty of time to complete the Trailblazer Track. Just focus on what you enjoy doing in Star Stable. Alright, that's my whole spiel on the Trailblazer Track. That is actually all that they have in the news today, but there is 2 more things that I want to talk about. First, there is a new Starcoin code. If you didn't know, next week the mules come out, so on Star Stable's Instagram, they're already starting to do some hype posts related to the mule. They posted one yesterday, which did have a Starcoin code. It is True Story for 60 Starcoins. Make sure to input this into the website or the launcher in order to get your free Starcoins. And finally, I remembered, it's the first update of May, which means there's a new bonus shop item. Ooh, we're starting to get the tack. All right, this month we have the Blushing Emo Dressage Saddle. I need to get a better look at this. That is so cute. What the heck? I love the studs on the back. The rivets. That is actually adorable. What the heck? And before I end this video, I just wanted to quickly talk about the Equestrian Festival. This is more just a reference for me for next year, but the 4th level of the Impressing the Baroness, you earned 1 hay bale, a commemorative coin, some tokens, and then talking to the Baroness, you get the cat as well as the annual ribbon. However, all of the dialogue for her final congratulations speech is the same as it was for the last 2 years, maybe even 3 years. This is another sort of frustration for me anyway, that it felt like they didn't go back and check the text of the quest to make sure that it actually was relevant, because again, previous years the Baroness only showed up the last week, so she talks about how she's glad that she's finally here and made it for the last week of the Equestrian Festival, except this year she was here for, I think, most of the festival. So it would have been nice to have that a little bit revised to reflect that she had actually been watching us and not just the butler this whole time. Also, Luciana's model was updated for the final cutscene, but Lilybones was not, and Lilybones also has not been updated in a couple of other quests, including her race NPC at New Hillcrest. So seems like Luciana was maybe the focus and Lilybones will come later, but just some thoughts. Just some closing thoughts. Also, the name of the ribbon is not the same naming convention as the others, and it doesn't have the year, and that is going to bother the crap out of me unless it gets fixed. Anyways, that is it for this week's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another video like this. I do try to cover every Wednesday update and more. Like I said, next week the mule is arriving, so stay tuned for that. I am also working on the next RRP video. It probably won't be ready for a couple of weeks, but that is also coming. In the meantime, I have like 2 RRP Instagrams now. I have my main Arya Mistwood one, and I have my eventing one, which is Shiloh Stormfire. You can follow both of those because I do post at least my stories kind of regularly. And with that, I will see you all in the next video. Bye!